Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good afternoon, paedophiles. Let's turn that down. Where are we? Here we are. We've only got 11. I don't know what's happened. Um, say give them a race bear. 157.3. I sound okay. Well, someone's flirting with me already. Well, I was hoping for 14, but so far we haven't got 14, which I'm very upset about. But I have high hopes that people will stop melting and show up. We'll go through the driver rundown when we're a bit close to starting. I tap and that is readied up, so I'm starting to think we might be getting close to starting, guys. So try not to get too aroused because I know it's very exciting for most people. Shout out to the 40 followers we have, by the way. I love every single one of you, other than a few of you. If you are a female, I do not love you. If you are a man, I love you very much. Search for me on Grindr. We're getting close to readying up, guys. How many viewers have we got in the chat? We've got 6 at the moment. I'm hoping to hit 100 by the end of the stream today, guys. I think we can do it. So tell your friends, tell your mum, tell your dad. Your girlfriend is 14. Oh. Well, I didn't expect to read that message. She's not 14, guys. She's 15. So her birthday was last week. So I'm all should be fine with that. Oh shit, we're almost readying up. Is she actually your girlfriend? Yeah, man. Asked her on her 15th birthday as her birthday present. Is she? No, she's not old enough to Twitch. Her parents wouldn't sign off on it, unfortunately. We've got Sketchiest Crib in the chat who says, below. Oh shit, it's starting. Right, quickly. In the Mercedes, we've got Critical Skills, My Lover, Red Bull, Easy Alpha and Smoking Cheese, Ferrari, McSmashley, Alpine, Dan and Jensen, Aston Martin, OutOfHoursBT, Williams, Birchick, and the Alfa Romeo Sketchy Group of 547. Yes, we did. Let's check the old Discord. Turn off followers only, no one can talk to you. I can't do that right now. Like that, Pete, it's your account. Wait, can I do that? Oh, wait, oh no, I can. Sorry, ignore me. There you go, I've done it. Let me mod PT. Oh. What do you mean your work? Well, you didn't do anything. Right, let's. Am I not allowed to call you bin back? High defensive language. No, turn that off. Turn that off. Anything else? No, I think we're all good. Don't need to put slow mode on because no one wants to talk here. Hello, sexy at Direct Racing League. Commentator whose name I'm not allowed to say for legal reasons. This feels as another word for kid. Oh, I'm not gonna let people get to me today. Positive vibes. So here we are in COTAAAA. 11 people. Bit sad about it. We've had 3 no-shows. So the word is on the street that they've received racing bans for this race. Who are we going to have out first? It looks like a Williams, possibly. Is it Burchick? I don't know. It's not going to show me yet. We'll keep waiting. We'll keep waiting. Whilst we wait, let's set this up. Up to the leader. It is Burchick who's coming out first. Update, we'll turn that on, and we'll get that fully on. So Burchick's out first, making his debut. Fucking hell, that is loud in my ears. Let me just turn down master volume real quick, because my ears were hurting. Let's see how that sounds instead. That sounds much better. We've got Burchick coming out first, making his debut in DRL, I believe. At least his debut for this season. He's got the cool Williams, and I think his teammate is Easy Alfie, is it not? Oh no, I can't see colours very well. I apologise, guys. I think he's just by himself tonight, so hopefully he does not have a breakdown and start crying. Yeah, he is by himself. I need to sneeze. Oh, no, sorry guys. I've just been informed that Burchick is a former DRL driver, Tom 3Q. Been here before. He loves it. Used to be a tier 2 driver. I watched him. It was fucking awful. Let's see if he's got any better at this game. Because we're going to be riding on board with him first. Shortly following him is... It's Easy Alfie, who's managed to invalidate on his outlap. So you've got to say fair play to the lad. That is something. I would be proud of that. McSmashley will be second to set a lap. But here we go with Burchick. He's going to come around the final corner. He's going to DRS wide open. Foot straight to the floor. And we're going to call this the straight of dreams. And he's going to go up the hill. Brake nice and early. Spot his braking point. Turning left. He catches the apex quite nicely. Could maybe have used a bit more exit curb. But overall, good turn 1 and 2. He's going to go through the S section. Apparently designed after the Silverstone corners that I can't remember the name of. Maggots and Beckett, that's the one. Very good through here, very impressive. So he's doing that. Oh, and he's lost the back end. That's going to be the end of that lap. But got something to build on. Let's run ball with McSmashley, who is also going to be setting a lap right now. Through sector 1, he's gone purple. That is amazing from him. I believe he finished P4 in the first race of the season. Not a bad debut from the lad. He's come through the first sector split, and I missed the time, so let's pretend it was like a 25 something. He's going to come through the longer straight of the two. Aston Martin in the distance of Itaplin, that I believe. Yes, it is Itaplin now, who's on his medium tyres. But McSmashley rocketing down the straight right now. He's going to spot his braking point. Brake. Nice bit of corner cutting there, but it's all legal, says Michael Massey, and I am Michael Massey. By the way, I am a steward of this league. Don't know how, it just happened. Through sector 3, very tight corner, and he looks like he's got that spot on. Fair play to McSmashley, that was wonderful. You might be noticing, guys, we're missing Freedom tonight. He rage quit the league after realising he is absolutely dog shit. Not only at the game, but at life as well. Bit wide there from McSmashley through the penultimate corner, but he's going through the final corner now. Bit better through there. He's going to open DRS, deploys all out, and a 134.7 from McSmashley. Decent lap from the lad. Who have we got on a lap right now? We've got Jensen on a lap. We've got a Sketchy Crib on a lap, who is a title contender. Obviously won the race last time out after PT Poo absolutely bottled it. Hopefully he doesn't. Leave me alone, Tragic Dyer. Tragic Dirge. It's a 133.9. That's a good lap from Sketchy Crib. We'll have to see if he's got more in the bank. It's all by Tay, who I am now going to say the name correctly. Oh, that's one to look at for the steward's complaints for not lifting through the yellow flag, sector 3. I did not spot that. Right, that's... we'll have to see if the stewards caught that, because that could be a problem. Or who was it? Was it the McSmashley? I think it was. But let's see who else is on the lap. We've got PT Poo on the lap. We've got Smoking Cheese about to come across the line now. Not great from the lad. It's a 136.1. Let's have a look at PT Poo, who's on his medium tyres, because he just thinks he's cool for whatever reason. He's obviously not. Yeah, McSmash it was, yeah. I'll have words with him after this session and just let him know that he is possibly adopted. But Itaplin now coming through the third sector now. Just driving, really. Nothing interesting really going on. He seems to have this approach of going out of mediums first. I don't really know why I always lost the back end there through the penultimate corner. It's challenging a few drivers through the final corner, carrying a decent amount of speed across the line. It's a 34.9, not bad considering he was on the medium tyres, and I think there was a mistake in there. Tragic turd, no. Let's see how Critical Skills is getting on. Wonderfully, as you can see, he is in the pit lane. Easy Alfie has not set a lap that was valid anyway. He's into the pit lane, and that is him done by the looks of it. New soft tyres, I imagine, going on. Peaky Taplin cutting the corners. That is unacceptable if you ask me. Jensen 7671. Yeah, good call, mate. Coming into the pit lane, you're 4 seconds down on your time. You've got no ERS. Good call from you there, son. Meanwhile, here's Burchick, who may have just cut that corner, or an earlier corner, but either way, he's invalidated. Might as well turn your ERS off, son, because you ain't doing anything with this lap. Unless you are just trying to get back to the pit lane. In that case, I'm a sharp. Everyone in the pit lane now, other than Burchick and I tapping that 18, who neither are on laps. So now I guess we're just going to talk about last week's race. I'm not going to call it a cracker, but it was a decent race in Hungary. Obviously won by the sketchy Crib, who is currently on pole position. P2 was I tapping that 18, who massively bottled the race win. He had it in the palm of his hands. Oh, Man City. We'll talk about Man City in a second. He had the race win in his hands, and he just decided, hey, you know what? This will be too easy. I'm not going to win. And, you know, maybe it was a make-a-wish thing for Sketchy Crib, but yeah, he just gave him the win. And P3 was Dan THFC, who hasn't showed up this week. Maybe stuck in court from his conviction. We all know he's had slight run-ins with the law regarding his sexual preference in terms of age groups. So we'll have to see if Dan comes back next week. He might be in prison. I don't know. I haven't kept up to date with the guy. But yeah, let's talk about Man City. We've got Con Wubbs in the chat who wants to talk about Man City. And we've got Defo Not Critical Skills 25 saying, awful club. Yes, he has you, Mong. Oh, wait. Oh, Dan is here. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why. I thought Dan was in a red car. That's on me, chat. That's on me. Reading is not my strongest topic. But yeah, let's talk about Man City. I'm sorry, Dan. I don't know if you got found innocent in the end. If you did, well done, lad. He didn't show up to my podium interview, which I was a bit annoyed about. Hopefully, if he gets on the podium again, we will hear from him. I know the fans want to. Yeah, let's talk about Man City. Obviously, a dirty, dirty club who can't even beat Tottenham Hotspur, who still play with Eric Dier at the back. Eric Dier, who is well known to be absolutely terrible at football. And fun fact for you, I once got a comment deleted on an Eric Dier Instagram post, which I was very proud of. One of the highlights of my life, because clearly he read it and went, nope, not having that. I believe I told him to stick to his day job because he was trying to promote this app that he was doing. And I told him that... I told him to stick to his day job because he was shit at football then. So it was like, come on, mate, just do some training first and then worry about your app. But that comment got deleted swiftly, which I was very upset about. Hopefully it didn't upset Eric too much, and hopefully he is watching right now because I know he is a big fan of mine. Meanwhile, we've got COTAAAA who's starting a lap. We've got Easy Alfie, I think, who was on a lap, but let's be honest, he's invalidated anyway, what a surprise. Flacken is his other name, and he is a dirty, dirty boy. Expect some collisions from Flacken today. He loves it. COTAAAA, quite nice, bit narrow through there. Could maybe have used a bit more of the track, you know. No one's going to stop him from using it. He's 400s down on his time. He's going to need to really get that pace up if he wants to be challenging at the front. He's currently in P5, but 4 people haven't set laps. And I know Critical Skills is an absolute pace merchant. A lot of people are out on laps now, all starting a lap, Critical Skills being one of them. And we love Critical Skills in this stream. COTAAAA coming down the straight with a DRS wide open. But his ERS looks suspiciously low. I'm thinking he's maybe burnt too much of it already on like an outlap or something. So we'll have to see how he gets on with that. But he's 600ths up on his time. Slight improvement, but he's going to need way more to even jump up position. He's 6 tenths behind Jensen 761 at the moment. But at the moment, we got ITAP in that, COTAAAA, Burchik, Smoking Cheese, Dan, Critical Skills, Easy Alfie, and Tony Toescheck all on laps. I think everyone is way back from COTAAAA. So we'll ride on board until the end of this lap, see if he can improve, see if he can maybe get closer to P4. Coming through the final corner. Oh, what have you done there, COTAAAA? He doesn't even know. He just looks confused. His lap wasn't good enough anyway, but he did slow down across the line. Let's ride on board with Critical Skills. First lap in DRL history for the lad. And I've got to say, this man is an absolute machine in everything he does. I think one of the best Pro Clubs players I've ever seen in my life, and a very average NBA 2K player. Cannot hit a wide open shot to save his life. Some people have compared him to Ben Simmons, but he's coming through the triple right-hander now. Fairly nice, you know, he's driving his car, I guess. He apparently went purple in Sector 2, but you can't believe EA in those shit games. Coming through the final corner, what can he do in comparison to Sketchy Crib? It's a 34.1, not too bad, just under 3 tenths off of Sketchy Crib. Let's see who else is coming across the line. I believe... Okay, that was interesting. But Dan, here comes Dan. Oh, he's invalidated. Don't care about that. Tony Toescheck's about to come across the line. It's going to be a 34.9. That's not really competing at the front, but it's P4 at least for the lad. Smoking Cheese, not going to set a lap. Easy Alfie. Here we go with Easy Alfie. He is going to set a lap this time. He hasn't invalidated. Great corner cutting, says Conway, but I agree. Some people just have a talent for it, and I'd like to think I am one of them. Going through the final corner, trying to use as much entry curb as you can and exit curb. It's not going to be a great lap by the looks of it. 35.6, that's P8 for the young African. Who else have we got out on track at the moment? We've got Dan, who's not setting a lap. We've got PT, who is not setting a lap. He went P2. Sorry, I must have missed that. I tapped in that 18. 12 seconds of track limits. Yeah. Hopefully no one watched the last ever stream on Produce BT yesterday, because that was interesting. Yeah, PT's not on a lap. Whitcall Wheels not on a lap. Tony Toescheck. Seems like he's pushing it. No, he's not pushing. He's not using his ERS. So he's not on a lap. Jensen 7671. I think he's on a lap here. So through the triple right-hander, got a yellow flag in sector 2. I believe that is Dan going slowly. Probably just trying to save his fuel or ERS. Blatant track extend there, but the game's mechanics are terrible, so it's not going to pick up on it. And he's also track extended on the final corner, and it's going to invalidate him. Would have been a 34.7, which would have been a 2-tenth improvement and would have bumped him up to P5, but the guy is absolutely disgraceful and cannot keep his car on the track. If you need a guide to uninstall your game, then go to YouTube. Smashly, here he comes, across the final corner. And he is going to start his lap. Tiano Fortune has just joined. Good to see from the young Italian. Welcome to the lobby, mate. We're up to 12 drivers all of a sudden. Oh, Slinky Atoll was joined. I did not even realise. I must have missed that. Good to see Slinky Atoll back. He loves a good moan. But here we run on board with McSmashley, who is now on his lap, and you go back off straight away. He knows that was poor. Jensen not on the lap. We've got COTAAAA on his out lap, hoping to improve on his 135.5. What else we got? We've got Smoking Cheese on an out lap. Quite poor from him so far, but disappointed in Hungary. He's going to cut this corner. Not really sure why. Probably being a good driver and getting out of the way of whoever that was. Oh, it's Dan. Dan is flying again. Here goes Dan. Didn't see his sector 1 time, unfortunately, but you got to assume he was 4 seconds up because he is an extraordinary driver. Although I hope he is up on his time because he's 30 seconds down on pole. And if that is his real pace, then God help him. Maybe F1 is not the game for him. Down the straight. Now, can someone tell me what this straight is called? In fact, let's talk about this straight. Can we talk about Lance Stroll, who just thinks it's okay to turn left down a straight when someone tries to overtake you? How is this man a Formula 1 driver? He's so bad. Damn THFC, 24.9 seconds up on his time, and normally you'd think, oh my god, this is about to be the best lap of all time. Unfortunately not. He was 29.5 seconds down on pole for the first lap. But let's see what he can do. This might be his last lap of the session. He's going to have to try save his ERS on a cooldown lap and maybe go again. There's enough time, but will he be able to replenish his ERS through the final corner? Playing it quite safe, doesn't want to invalidate, doesn't want to make any stupid mistakes, just like Emerson Royale normally does. He'll be at 35.7, up a couple of positions, but only P9 for Dan THFC. And that might be him done for the session. I mean, I tried on board with Mick Smashley, going through the S's. I think this lad's got a bit of talent in him, and let's see if he can improve on his 34.7 time that he set. He's 500th down, but you know, not the end of the world. He might have had a awesome first sector on the first run, and he's ready to go again here. So he's going to be carrying down into a hard left-hand corner braking. Quite good, you know, cuts a good bit of curb. Maybe could have used a bit more exit curb, but he's got DRS wide open. Sketchy Crib is starting his final lap of the session. We've got Tony Toescheck, who has also started his final lap. Basically, we've got quite a few people who are going on their final lap. Before on board Slinky Rattle. No, he's not near the finish yet. Captain that 18 is on a cooldown lap. We'll see him post a new lap. Apparently, McSmashley went purple, so we at least know he improved on his time. Maybe not the fastest sector of all, but he's up on his time. Can he compete with the top three, who I must say have got very, very good pace today? I'm rooting for the Crib. Something about Down syndrome is cute. I got to agree with you there. Oh no, McSmashley! Oh, he's just ran wide, and that is going to be him for the session. He's not going to have enough ERS to go again. Let's try on board with who've we got? Dan's diving into the pits. That's him done for the session. Let's try on board with Slinky Rattle, who has invalidated. Should have enough time to get across the line again, but he is kind of missing. Oh, it's going to be close. He doesn't really have enough ERS though, either way. Is he going to reach the line in time? He is. Is the game... No, the game's invalidated his lap anyway. So Slinky Rattle will be starting on the back row of the grid. Sketchy Crib, currently pole position. About to go through the second sector split. 800 was up on his time. I tapped in that. Shortly behind him, who was over a tenth up on his time. Let's see what he can do through sector 2. Nearly a tenth and a half. Could be competing for pole, but he needs a bit more time in this third sector because Sketchy Crib is improving. Smoking Cheese, meanwhile, went P3. Good lap for him. We know he's capable of that. Maybe disappointed he wasn't fighting for pole, but, you know, you can't hate on the guy too much. We'll come back to critical skills. We'll see what Sketchy Crib is going to set on his final run of the session. Provisional pole. Can he make it harder to beat? He can. 33.7. Meanwhile, critical skills. 2.5 attempts up in his time. But that's a good lap so far. I tapped in that 18. Not bad. He would have been on pole if Sketchy Crib didn't improve. But he did. Fair play to the lad. Critical skills, meanwhile, has made a mistake. And that's going to be him done for the session. McSmashley, we know, can't improve. Sorbet, not improving. And Slinky Rattle, also not improving. So I believe that will be our run order for the start. We're going to have Sketchy Crib on pole. I tapped in that 18. P2. Smoking Cheese, P3. And critical skills, impressive debut. P4. Well done to him. Jesus. The amount of talk. Well, I got to keep it going, you know. I got to keep the vibes up. 11 viewers in chat. Welcome, guys. If you're new here, drop a follow. Pete is trying to quit his job so he can become a full-time streamer, whereby he doesn't stream and I do all the streaming for him because I just have that natural talent. Let me copy and paste this link into the DRL chat. Where's the Down syndrome? It's in your DNA, mate. I don't know how Down syndrome works, but that's what I'm going to go with. We've got a cheeky tier list to come up shortly. Let's just see. Yeah, that is the end of the session. Let's get the run order. Just confirmation of it. Interesting quality, I think, for the first 5-10 minutes. Damn bad. No, man, I'm fantastic. The first 5-10 minutes, I was starting to think that maybe it was going to be a dead quality, but I tapped in that 18 really delivered. Unlucky to not get pole. I think Sketchy Crib just had the pace today as he tells the camera to shush, as you can see, with his cute character, who I think looks like Giovanni Lo Celso. There's also who, if you see a picture of him and his sister side by side, she looks like him, but with more hair. I kid you not. I'll see if I can find a picture at some point. But honestly, I couldn't believe it. It looks like someone's photoshopped long hair on the Celso, and that's her. But it's not Photoshop, it's her. But anyway, whilst we wait for the race to start, we'll go at least 5 minutes. Let's check the DRL chat. We'll go at 31, so we've got 4 minutes. Let's do a quick tier list of the 2023 constructors. Obviously, if you've got any thoughts on it, feel free to share them in the chat. I'm going to start off by saying, in terms of who's going to win the constructors, I'm not sure. I think it's between Mercedes and Red Bull. I'm putting Ferrari there. Okay, well, clearly we've already disagreed on something. I'm going Red Bull. I'm going Mercedes. 4th to 6th. I think you've probably got McLaren and Alpine in this tier. And then who is going to make the step? Alfa Romeo had a disappointing end to the season. I don't know, Whitaker wheels, I think they're going to be too far behind at the start of the season to actually do anything. But who will be the third team to join Alpine and McLaren in this tier? I think Aston Martin have a decent chance, I think they're going to be my pick. I'm going to go with McLaren, Alpine, and then Aston Martin. Obviously, they're going to be 10th. AlphaTauri had a shocking season last year. You think Aston last? Okay, that is interesting. Get a quick bit of reaction. Wait. Oh, apparently we're going to be restarting the lobby for Mike Typhon. Good to see a bit of... Oh, hero's web kick. Not all they are called Pete. Fuck's sake. But I'm going to wait for my invite to this new lobby. But while we wait, let's carry on with this tier list. So we've got a few disagreements in chat. Someone thinks Ferrari are going to win it. Another one thinks Mercedes are going to win it. Conwell thinks Aston Martin are going to be in the bottom 2 with Williams. I just think they are going to make it. I think they're going to make the right step. Will it still? It should still show. Oh fuck. That's no good to me. Okay, well, I've been outvoted. People think Aston Martin going to be 9th. Fair enough. I just think Lawrence has got something brewing for us. But we'll see. Lance Stroll scored negative points. Lance Stroll shouldn't be a driver, we'll know. But we need the final team to go into here. Alfa Romeo had an incredible first 5-10 races. At a point, they were like the 4th fastest car, which was crazy. AlphaTauri were just pretty shocking all season round. I think losing Gasly's experience is going to hurt them even more. Because I don't think Nick De Vries is a bad driver, but if he's your team leader, it's not great, is it? And if Tsunoda's going to be the team leader, that's even worse, because we've seen the guy just, although he is steadily improving, he's just not, he's not fantastic, is he? So for me, it's going to be AlphaTauri in 8th. And in terms of the Haas, I've got an invite way. He is also a huge sticker. Oh my god. 14 viewers in chat. Guys, feel free to just put your thoughts in chat, There's no right or wrong answers here unless you're putting Williams first, and that's probably wrong. Or if you think Lance Stroll is a good driver, because He's just not. You come across those people who are like, yeah, Lance Stroll's not actually that bad. No, he's terrible. Don't lie to yourselves. He is terrible. Here we are back in the lobby. You guys can't see my screen at the moment. We've got 12 people. Okay, kill yourself, defo, not critical skills. There you go, you can see what's going on. Not much. I think we're missing one person still. I'm not sure who it is. If we're missing you, get in the lobby. Please, I want to see you. Tony Toes check. Ah, the GOAT. Tony, if you're watching, mate, mad respect to you, because you are a great, great driver. My teammate in my first full season in DRL, and we had some great moments together. There he is. He's now in. Good to see. Someone has decided to put a link of the history of Williams. Let's have a quick. Actually, I don't think it will. It's right there. Ah, it's unfortunate. Oh, look at this. We're watching ourselves. Oh, is there? Cool. Let's have a quick look at this. See what the history of Williams is. I think we're all pretty set on the fact that Latifi is terrible. Wait, who is driving for the AlphaTauri? Yeah, it is De Vries and... Who's in the Williams? Albon and... Oh, Logan Sargent. For a minute, I was then thinking, wait, Nick De Vries drives for Williams. No, he doesn't. He had a couple races with him last season. Finished 8th with a brake failure. Why am I looking at this? Well, yeah, Williams have been champion. I know that, but we're talking like 20, 30 years ago? Like, come on, man. Nothing's happening anytime soon. We're almost getting ready to ready up. See what is going on in the chat. Come on. Oh, Mike typing. It's okay, buddy. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry, mate. Albon for champion. Jesus, imagine. I don't know what to think of Albon, because I don't think he's a bad driver, but I don't think he's anything special. Anyway, let's finish our tier list. I'll give you hopeful. I like Haas. Yeah, that's... It's just a man. Those are my standards. Let's see what the community has gone for. No one has done this tier list. So I've just broken a record on stream. I am the only person to do that tier list, so I'm incredibly proud of myself for that. Nothing really going on. The race looks like it is going to be getting started in 15 seconds. Who will finish higher / do better, McLaren or Alpine? Don't know. I think it's gonna. I think Alpine. Unless McLaren produce a car that is a sizable advantage better than the Alpine, I think Alpine do better, because although I think Oscar Piastri is going to be like a decent driver, it's his first season, and I think it's not easy to come into your first season and race against Lando Norris. So confidence won't always be at its highest, because, Lando Norris, as much as I think he is just painful to listen to and just a bit of a knob, he's a good driver. I'm not a huge fan of Ocon, but he does seem to get things done. And I'm a huge fan of Gasly. Has Pete left on? Okay, no, he hasn't. I thought he had left on. Yeah, exactly. Ocon, Gasly. You've got two drivers there who have been in the sport for 4 or 5 years now. Have to see how they get on. I think that's going to be the interesting thing about Alpine. Are they going to crash into each other? Because we know Ocon's a bit of a cunt. They don't have the best relationship. People say they're now friends, but I don't believe it. But this is what tyres everyone is running at the moment. We'll get a refresh on that when the formation lap begins. Let's see if we can see what time the race will start. Oh, we've got 1 minute until the race starts. Can't wait for that. That is going to be an enthralling turn one. Let's see if anyone does a George Russell. And oh look, yeah, no George Russell. I think George Russell will, because I think he's a bit special. And here we go, we're 30 seconds away from the formation lap starting, and on the formation lap we will have knowledge of what tyres everyone is running. I'm just going to send a Snapchat really quickly. Don't mind me. There you go. Snapchat completed. 13 viewers in chat. Guys, make sure you are following. Every Monday night we will be here chatting complete and utter shit about mainly iTablet 18, but a few others might get berated a bit. You never know. See how I feel. Formation lap. Just driving really. Yeah, I think the thing with Russell is not many people are fond of Mercedes, which doesn't help him. But then also, a few times he has overstepped the mark. I mean, let's not forget France. That was absolutely appalling. Jensen 7671 has been disqualified. He's got some cold tyres to start off with. Which one will show me the tyres? There we go. Those are the tyre selections from everyone. 2 people running softs, going aggressive off the start. You've got 4 people on mediums and the rest on... Sorry, 4 people on hards and the rest on mediums. Let's see how this plays out. The skies are looking clear, so will we see some rain? I don't know. I didn't expect it last week, but I was caught by surprise. I don't know where to begin. If we are going to see rain or not, I'm going to say no. Based on the skies, I think it's looking nice and sunny. Which one will show me the tyres? Detailed. Oh god, hey, it's hard. Okay, it's hard. You know, living with autism just isn't easy. Let me take a 10-second break of talking just to get ready for the start of this race. Right, here we are, lining up in the grid. Just received a message asking, will Sketchy Crib win this race? He's my pick to win it, but don't count out the others. There are some people with impeccable race pace here. iTablet 18 being one of them, obviously. Even Smoking Cheese critical skills. And here come the lights. 3 lights, 4, 5. It's lights out and away we go. This is a terrible camera angle. I'm switching. We're going to run and board with iTablet 18. who has taken the lead off the start. Critical Skills maintains P3. Sketchy Crib is trying to hold it around the outside, I believe, but Itaplin that takes it inside line, and he takes the lead of this Grand Prix. The top four all on medium tyres. Smoking Cheese, not the best start, but he's managed to recover to P5. Jensen 7671 is out the Grand Prix. Don't know what happened back there, but I think we've got a VSC. I can't see a safety car. I wish we had seen that, because that could have been interesting. Yeah, it's definitely a VSC. Jensen, if you're here, mate, let us know what just happened. I wish I'd seen that. Oh, only a VSC. Surprising, not a safety car. Michael Massey feeling generous. Let's see if there's anything in the chat. No, not at the moment. We'll come back to that later and see if someone does put a message in. Meanwhile, what are these camera angles? Like, what the fuck am I going to do with that? Like, it's just shit, man. VSC looks like it's going to be ending shortly. Pace is being pushed quite a lot. Yeah, and there we go. Sketchy Crib all over the back of Itaplin at 18 on the restart. And the top three have kind of dropped fourth. Poor restart from McSmashley, you'd have to say. Slinky Rattle goes past Salt Bay. Good opening lap for Slinky Rattle. I think he was down in like P12. So fair play to that. Tiano Fortune also coming up 3 places after starting last. Will the top three just run away with this now? Or will Smoking Cheese have something to say about it? Or Slinky Rattle, he's got to make the positions up quickly. We saw last week he took the gamble and started on the softer tyres. He was on the mediums and everyone was on the hards, and it paid off. He was in first for quite a few laps until he made a silly mistake. Now here goes Slinky Rattle, all over the back of Tony Toshak. Is he going to make a move? He's going to leave his nose in there. I don't think he was entitled to any space there, mate. I think that was a bit of a lunge. Tony Toshak entitled to take the corner. We'll have to see what is said about that after the Grand Prix. Let's run on board with Sketchy Crib now, actually, because he is just a few tenths behind Itaplin at 18, putting the pressure on him. And again, not going to be saying anything about ERS levels, because I want to try just be as impartial as possible. You know, maybe say sometimes if he's burning, but I don't want to give an exact number. Burchik, meanwhile, into the pit lane, probably involved in that collision with Jensen. So RIP Jensen and RIP Burchik's chances of doing anything in this race, unless we have a safety car, which we did not have last week, I believe. Does anyone remember? I don't think we had a safety car last week. I think we had a VSC. Did we have a safety car? No, we didn't. So we've got the front three still maintaining a nice little gap to P4. McSmashley will want to close that gap though, because he will want to get in that DRS train. Otherwise, the front three will just pull away and we won't be seeing them again. Slinky Rattle just inside the DRS of Tony Toshak when he gets activated on the next lap. But it seems like he's struggling for grip a bit. Let's see if we can get a view of his car. Is there damage to it? I don't think so. Meanwhile, there's a yellow flag in sector 3. What has happened? McSmashley! He's had a spin. Oh, and there's another spin back there. Tiano Fortune! It's all kicking off on that lap. Tiano Fortune spun around through the triple right-hander. Oh, he spun again. The tyres are probably a bit fucked. Yeah, Slinky Rattle having to get a new front wing on. I think he's going to have to take blame for that. I don't think the move was on into turn 1. Acting a bit too titled. And you know who I'm going to compare him to? I'm going to compare him to Max Verstappen. His car just disappeared there. I thought he'd rage quit. I would not have put it past him. Tiano Fortune has got going again. Good to see. Let's see if he can just get his head down and get the pace going again. But that is giving the top three just a license to just roam. Every instant. I don't know. I'm very annoyed about that. We've got another yellow flag. What is going on? Tiano Fortune's in the wall again. I've missed another incident. Just, hey, there you go, mate. There you go. Just take it easy for the next lap or so. Your tyres are probably boiling hot. Just gotta, yeah, that's it. Just ease your tyres back down to temperature. But I've got to leave this, and I've got to ride on board with Sketchy Crib, who was having a look up Peter's inside, just like he did last night when he ploughed his back doors in. I saw a video of it, and my man absolutely railed PT Itaplin so hard that he couldn't stand up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. I don't know, what am I even saying at this point? Critical Skills just spectating, just like he did last night. this little battle going on. I think this is really the only thing worth watching at this point. Well, let's have a quick look at the ERS numbers. All very similar. Everyone's just kind of chilling. It could come down to just overall race pace and when they pit. Do they try for the undercut? Do they go for the overcut? I don't know. I'm not a driver. I used to be, but I'm fucking terrible. Critical Skills trying to stay with Sketchy Crib through the first sector. And he's done a decent enough job. Sketchy Crib, I think it's just going to be hard to follow through that first sector. You know, you got the dirt. Yeah, I know the cars have been improved, but it's still not going to be as easy as if you were just going there by yourself, like the loner that I am. Anyway, Sketchy Crib and Critical Skills with DRS open. I don't think anyone else in the pack has DRS. Sketchy Crib closing in on ITAP in that 18. He's going to go for the move down the inside. ITAP in that 18, just kind of leaving it in there. He's going to have to back out though. I think he had a think about maybe diving up the inside, but he's going to leave it for now. And we're going to go through the long left-hander. Is that double? Oh my god! Oh, that could have been bad. But I don't know what happened. I was going for there. I don't know if he was thinking about a move up the inside or if he just outbraked himself. I think Tiano Fortuna. Yeah, he's had another spin. Poor kid. You don't like to see it, do you? You want to see people competing at the front, not at the back. Facing the wrong way. Here goes ITAP in that 18. It's sector 2, yeah, I don't know, go cut through it, we know where it is. DRS wide open, Critical Skills, just a few temps behind. Not the easiest position for Critical Skills because he knows to get past P2. He's going to have to burn a lot of ERS because most likely they are going to have DRS as long as this train remains intact. And so far it is remaining intact. Shout out to the 11 viewers, by the way. Get following. Let me just send a Snapchat real quick. I hope nothing's going on whilst I'm sending that Snapchat. There we go. I'm back. Now, can I tap in that 18? Really past Sketchy Crib. Tony Toshek in the DRS of Smoking Cheese is interesting. Smoking Cheese could be Smoking Cheese and Tony Toshek could be a factor later on in this race. You know, on the hard tyres, the gap isn't monumental. You just need to keep it at a respectable distance. And on the later stints, they could cause some trouble. You never know. I tapped in that 18, not even really getting close to Sketchy Crib down that straight. And same can be said of Critical Skills. Is anything else really happening at the moment? It doesn't look like it. Tony Toast just happy to sit behind Smoking Cheese right now. I'm already starting to lose my voice, and we're only 5 laps into this 28 lap race. I don't know how I managed to do this in Hungary for so long, because I tell you this now, guys, I had no problems after Hungary. I wasn't struggling with my voice, but 6 laps in here and I am struggling. My throat hurts, but that may be unrelated to the speaking, if you know what I mean. Ha 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 ha, classic bands. Oh, Jesus. Right on board, I tapped in that 18 because this is the man I want to follow in life. Some say, in fact, Sketchy Crib makes a small mistake, but he managed to keep it together. But meanwhile, Critical Skills, he will be very disappointed in himself for that. He's made a mistake. He's got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. In fact, interesting fun fact for you about Critical Skills, is currently on his second Twitch account after being indefinitely suspended for certain comments he made in an Amaranth stream whereby I can't remember exactly what it was. Maybe he'll come in later and tell us what it was. But he said about stroking his toddler aggressively, and clearly the moderators were just not happy with that comment. And he was permanently suspended. And I joined that club last night. I don't want to get into why I was, but I just want to say to that kid who kept trying to at me and get the moderator's attention, you're adopted, and no one likes you. You've ruined my streaming career. We'll find you, and I don't know. That's all I've got to say at this point. Triple right-hander now for Critical Skills. And I tapped an 18 spun! Oh no! He's lost it through the triple right-hander! An absolute nightmare for PT Poo. And this could give Sketchy Crib the chance to pull away and break the DRS of Whittaker Wheels. And he's not going to have DRS now. Whittaker Wheels might have to burn some ERS to try and get back with Sketchy Crib, or Sketchy Crib could run away from this race. Meanwhile, we've got someone else who's fucked it again. Who is it? It's SaltBayTay, who I was calling SaltBayTray all of last week. His name is SaltBayTay. Oh, it's the triple right-hander. Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again. You need to chill out with the tyres, buddy. Just he's on the throttle, otherwise you're going to keep spinning. And it's a shame that ITAP in that 18 has had that spin, because he's even spun into the pit lane. It's a shame ITAP in that 18 had that spin, because he was challenging for the race win, and now you got to think it's probably over for the lad. SaltBayTay into the pit lane. Critical Skills meanwhile done very well. Stayed in the DRS and has now got DRS on Sketchy Crib, so this is probably going to be a two-way race for the race win at this rate. But Smoking Cheese, Tony Toast might have something to say about that. I tapped in at 18 on the back of Toast Check and Cheesy on the medium tyre, so he's probably going to want to get past, but the mediums will start to fade in probably not too long. Tyre wear around USA is an absolute bitch. Man, who was I talking about? I was talking about Critical Skills. I also have his BDSM results here that I will share later on. Nothing too impressive, quite standard stuff. But I tell you what, you're talking about standard stuff. And I tapped in that 18's BDSM results were as vanilla as can be. And we will have a look at Sketchy Crib's BDSM results as well later. He was a bit more of a dirty boy. And I've got first-hand experience of that. He absolutely loves it. He is an age player if I've ever seen one. And yeah, but maybe we should. Oh, sector 3, there's been a spin. Is it Burchick? Yeah, it's Burchick. Maybe we should do the BDSM result later on stream. Because that is exactly the kind of content that Direct Racing League is interested in. Oh, anything happening? Not much happening really at the moment. I don't know if we've seen like one overtake, I think, since the first corner. There's a little lull in the race. Let's check. Speedy 2809 Speed, who is Jensen, was the one who crashed out. No anger there. You got to think he maybe just made a mistake. Maybe it's outbraked himself into turn 1. Could be a steward's issue. Not sure yet. But unlucky to Jensen 7671. We will see you next Monday. Don't know what track it's going to be for. I tapped in that 18. It's going to dive down the inside of Tony Toast. Tony Toast says, "Nah, buddy. This is my corner, my house, my rules, and you ain't coming through there." And he defended the position superbly. Well done, Tony Toast. That's respectable racing from the both of them. Tony Toast has managed to stay in the DRS of Smoking Cheese, which will be important to him, because otherwise he would have been a sitting duck down this main straight. Even still he might be, because I tapped in that 18. Clearly he's had enough of Tony Toast and wants to get past. Did you have a look down the inside? I think your has already tried this once on Tony Toast. Oh, he's a bit dodgy. But Tony Toast again says, "No way, Jose." He keeps a position. He keeps P4. And through the first sector we go. Tiana Fortune with another corner cutting penalty. Smoking Cheese has got to use this to his advantage now. He's got to try and break the DRS, but he hasn't managed to. Still a 9/10 gap. And Tony Toast, fair play to him. Great driving from the young Italian. And I tap in at 18. He's got a corner cutting penalty. That makes me absolutely sick, by the way. And for some reason, Tony Toast, he's playing DRS chicken. He's playing DRS chicken. That is superb. Will it work out for the lad, though? Here he goes now, DRS wide open. He's a long way back from I tapped in that 18. I think he's maybe bottled it there. Here he comes though, McSmashley, a corner cutting penalty. What is happening up ahead actually? I don't know. Oh, Tiana Fortune was getting out of the way of the leaders. Well done, lad. And I tapped in that 18. He's got a few corners to try and get back in the DRS of Smoking Cheese. Can he do it? His medium tyres are probably starting to wear quite thin. And he's managed to get back in, but he needs to stay in through his next two corners. Critical Skills still doing a great job of staying with Sketchy Crib. 3/10 is the gap. Let's right on board actually, because okay, it might be on the cards here. He's going to have a look down the inside. Is he going to send it? No, he thinks better of it. I got to say, that's the right choice from Critical Skills there. We've seen a few people go for the move there, and it just hasn't worked out. You look at Slinky Rattle, who was having a good race, but tried to send it on Tony Toeschek and got front wing damage from it. And I got to say, it was his fault. Respectable racing there from Whittaker Wheels. I tapped in that 18, staying with Smoking Cheese so far. Tony Toeschek also needs to do the same with I tap in that 18, but he looks like he's struggling a bit for grip. Is it tyre wear or is it a front wing problem? His front wing looks fine, but he's out of the DRS. He needs to get back in. He needs to gain like a temp over the next couple of corners. He's back in again. Will he be in? He needs to burn the RS. Oh, I think he may have made it in. We'll have a look down this next straight. Meanwhile, let's see what Critical Skills is up to. He's got DRS wide open again on Sketchy Crib, just not enough straight line speed. Tony Toeschek, meanwhile, DRS open. Yeah, he had it. That is good stuff from Tony Toeschek, managing to stay in. I believe Tony Toeschek is from Poland, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Poland? I think it was Poland. Tony, let us know in the chat if you're not from Poland. I think it was. Anyway, Tiano Fortune has unfortunately left the session. Has unfortunately had enough. I can't blame him. He's been lapped. The race is pretty much over for him. Giving off Guy Big Cool vibes from last week, but he had a torrid time. But anyway, on to lap 11 we go. You know, we've had some interesting moments here. And this race win is still up for grabs. Here comes Critical Skills, DRS open, not close enough to Sketchy Crib. Oh my god, and I just want to say, I think my favourite commentator is Nico Rosberg. I think he's just funny. Completely unrelated, but he just gives a good bit of insight into racing as a whole. So let me know who your favourite commentator is when it comes to Formula 1. Not football, because I'm worried someone's going to put Glenn Hoddle and they will probably have to get timed out from the chat. Meanwhile, Tony Toeschek has lost DRS on our tapping that 18. He is going to be gutted about that. He might be able to get back in though. If he can get a good exit through here. No, it didn't look like it. And yeah, he has lost DRS for now. He may be able to get back in later. We'll have to wait and see. And we've been live for nearly an hour now, and I've been pretty much talking for an hour of the time. I tapped on that 18, trying to get past Cheese, who was trying to break the toe. PT followed him to the left side of the track, but can't get through. Neither can Critical Skills, who is P2, about 10 seconds up the road. Oh, good. Yeah, no. Carrying this stream on my back. This is why I need a co-commentator. The autism is coming out to play, isn't it? Jesus. Oh, and Sketchy Crib has pit. Sketchy Crib has pit. That is a big moment. Obviously, most likely going down to the hard tyres, which you would imagine can easily go for the 16, 17 laps after the race. But Critical Skills has got to get his head down now. He's got to set the fastest lap that he can. And the tyre warm-up for Sketchy Crib isn't going to be nice. So if he can, you know, maybe... What's going on here? Oh, I'm gutted I missed that little battle. That looked a bit spicy there from Smoking Cheese, and I tapped in that 18. Looked like it was a switchback of dreams from someone. For the first sector they go, we may see PT Taplin pit this lap along with Critical Skills. If Sketchy Crib has, I tap in that 18 might be tempted to. You got to imagine the tyres are definitely starting to give now. Hard tyre runners of Cheese, Tony Toeschek and Dan probably have another 4 or 5 laps to go left on their tyres before they consider him pitting. We haven't spoken about Dan much. Good win for the mighty Spurs yesterday, and I heard Dan has actually recently bought a £50 poster of Emerson Royale to put on his wall. Apparently gives it a little peck on the lips before he goes to bed every night. And I've got to say, Dan, you're probably not alone there, because, you know, I do that with Eric Deere. But anyway, let's get back to the racing. Sorry, let's get a bit distracted. James Allen and Martin Brundle, says Conwops. I don't believe that, because pretty much every single race you message me going, I hate Martin Brundle so much. And I always think, I think you're being a bit harsh on him. Let's see what Critical Skills does here. Let's see if he's going to come into the pit. He is. Okay, so let's see what he can do. Or, I mean, we've seen what he can do. Can he now execute? Oh, Crofty, that's my bad. Can Critical Skills execute the overcut, or has Sketchy Crib's outlet been too good? Here he comes into the pit lane. We've got ITAP in the 18 in the pit lane as well. Let's run board Sketchy Crib actually. Let's see how and where he is. I think he is going to beat out Critical Skills. Yeah, he's going to beat him out comfortably. The lap just wasn't good enough by the looks of it from Critical Skills. And now Skills is going to have some cold, hard tyres. So staying in the 1 second window is going to be a challenge alone. And that's going to be tough for the Critical Skills. We may have just seen the race win decided right there with those couple of laps. Someone remind me next time to have a glass of water with me when I do this commentary. Sketchy Crib with a little moment there. Oh, keeps it together. Getting stuck on those curves. They are an absolute nightmare. I know you hate David Croft. Oh, Jesus. I ain't talking this much. It's just not healthy, is it? But, you know, I think I've earned this time. Because no one else wants to talk to me in life. Other than my mum. What battles we got going on? We've got Tony Tochik, I guess. And Smoking Cheese is currently behind Tiano Fortune, who has obviously left the session. Let's see if we got any reaction from Tiano Fortune. No reaction. Let's just see if he... Oh, let's see if he has left. No, he hasn't left. He just thought maybe today's not his day, and that's fair enough. But the thing is, Tiano Fortune's actually going to give DRS to Smoking Cheese, which is going to help him in his defence against Tony Tochek. Tony Tochek probably has DRS. He does not. Okay, interesting stuff. So Cheese could break DRS again, thanks to the AI. Let's see how Critical Skills getting on. Struggling to cut the Sketchy Crib still. I tapped in that 18. Driving, I guess. We might be coming up to the point of the stream where I take a lap of silence just to keep me refreshed and keep my voice from literally being destroyed. It can be quite difficult to just keep going, talking about at times absolutely nothing. Cheese is still behind Tiano Fortune, who is an AI car. So he's going to get DRS yet again, which is going to help him in his defence. Oh, good. I'm feeling quite hungry as well. Tiano Fortune is back, by the way. Don't know what happened to him. I thought he rage quit, but apparently not. He is back. Still, well, he's not a lap down at this point in time. Smoking Cheese is enough. He's going to go past him, and now Tiano Fortune is once again a lap down. Tony Tochek also going to go past him. And Slinky Assholes just got given a 3-second penalty. So far, we've got Cheese, Tony Tochek, Sketchy Crib and Dan THFC, who have been good, clean boys and kept their noses out of trouble. Well done to those boys. You will be rewarded with a nude photo shoot of me after the race. You're welcome. Anything happening? PT's closing the gap on Dan THFC. He could get DRS on the next straight, to be fair. At the rate he's going, he's in DRS. Out of hours, BT. Who's doing the best so far at the moment? Well, I think you've got to give credit to Sketchy Crib. You know, the guy has controlled this race pretty much from start to finish, other than the first couple of laps. So I think he's doing the best. But in terms of a dark horse pick, I'm going to say Tony Tochek, you know. I'm going to say Tony Tochek. I think, oh, that's a bit wide for my tap in that 18. Yeah, Tony Tochek, I think he's had good, solid pace. Definitely an underdog in this championship, but he's shown up to race today, and when he gets on those medium tyres, him and Cheese are two people to definitely watch out for. Sketchy Crib is closing the gap to them, but if they end up a whole pit stop behind, that could be race done. Critical Skills also having a good race. Effective P2 at the moment. It's a shame he couldn't hold on to Sketchy Crib through the pit stop changes. Here goes our tap in that 18. All over the back of Dan THFC. Down the inside. Yeah, good clean move. I should probably look up corner numbers. I just don't really like this track, to be honest, guys. I think it's a shit track. Real life, it's not very good. Just, in the game, it's even worse. I hate this track in game. Let's try and ball Tony Tochek. who is going to have DRS, only a few temps behind Smoking Cheese. The more I talk, the hungrier I get, and I also need to urinate, but can't do that until the end of the race and after the podium interview. It looks like we will be seeing Sketchy Crib on that podium again. So if you have any questions for Sketchy Crib, it doesn't even have to be about racing, it can be about his personal life. Drop them in the chat and I will get asking him, even about his sexual preferences, because I'm also curious about that. Anyway, Tiano Fortune back in. Is he back in? I thought he was, but his car is still ghosted, so perhaps he is not back in. We had to tell from the lines he takes. I'm not too sure. Oh, his car's now not ghosted, so I think he is back in. Welcome back. Oh, now he's ghosted again. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I think the only real we've got going on at the moment is Smoking Cheese and Tony Tocheck. But I think we're definitely approaching the pit window for these two. We'll have to see who blinks first, who pits first. I don't know. But I think you can definitely pit now and go to the end of the mediums, and those tyres will be rapid. I think we know first and second, but the question is who is going to take that final podium spot. I think it's going to be between PT, Smoking Cheese, and Tony Tocheck. PT was again bottled another potential race win by making an unnecessary mistake. Neither of them pit, by the way. 16 laps on these hard tyres and they're still going strong. Let's see if Dan also doesn't pit. Yep, go through the final corner. He's going to stay out for another lap. Tiano Fortune in the pit lane. Still don't know if that's AI or if that is actually, him. Tony seems to be doing better. Tony is an interesting driver. I think he has a lot of pace in him, but sometimes he just doesn't deliver. Sometimes he maybe struggles to keep it clean, but he's done very well so far. He's not. I mean, he might have warnings, but he doesn't have a penalty yet, and neither does Smoking Cheese. I think that could decide who gets the final podium place, because as we know, I tapped in that 18 does have a 3-second penalty. So anyone who finishes within 3 seconds of him will take the place from him. Tony Tocheck trying to stay with Cheese. Don't agree with ERS usage here, but you know that's why I'm in the commentary booth. He's going to go round the outside maybe. Cheese is going to hold the inside line. He's broke himself massively, and Tony Tocheck's going to hit the switch back. He's going to hold around the outside through the next corner, and he's got the move done. Cheese, that was poor from him there, I can't lie. He's given that position up needlessly. I don't think Tony Tocheck would have been far alongside him enough. Sorry, I struggle with words sometimes. Meanwhile, this is holding up Sketchy Crib, and it's allowing Critical Skills to edge closer and possibly back into the DRS, and we could have oh, Sketchy Crib's made a mistake, and he's got a 3-second penalty. Oh my god! Oh my, that was, I can't. That is extraordinary. This is Critical Skills' chance, who had a 3-second penalty, who has one, sorry, and now him and Sketchy Crib are on even playing terms. And if he can get back in DRS, this race is back on. And meanwhile, Tony Tocheck has gone massively wide there. Sketchy Crib's going to say, thank you very much, I'll have that position. Possible corner. Oh, Critical Skills has now got another 3-second penalty. He will not be happy with that. Him and his sexy body. And that's a poor mistake. Tony Tocheck having a look up the inside through the S's. We'll see if Sketchy Crib plans to make a move on Cheese down the next straight. Sector 3, there's been a spin. I think it's Burchick. Cheese goes defensive into this corner. And Tony Tocheck's tagged Sketchy Crib. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not missing all the action. This is the action. And Critical Skills has come out of nowhere. And now he's going past Tony Tocheck. Critical Skills. Is he going to make the move stick? He's got the fresher tyres. It's a safety car. It's a safety. This is. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is played perfectly into the hands of Smoking Cheese and Tony Tocheck and Dan THFC. We're going to be on the medium tyres for the next 10 laps. The question is, Sketchy Crib, Critical Skills, I tapped in 18. Do you pit again? Do you go on the medium tyres? This is why going on the hard tyres at the start sometimes can pay off. And that safety car was timed to perfection, because I guarantee half a lap later, and at least one of those hard tyre runners are coming into the pit lane. Critical skills doesn't come in. He faked it. And I imagine the three that have come into the pit lane all going to be going for mediums. I tap an 18 into the pit lane. Down to HFC into the pit lane for mediums. Although someone might be tempted by softs, I don't think softs would be good enough or durable enough. McSmashley going to be back in this race, who obviously had his little spin earlier and hasn't really been talked about since the first couple of laps. We'll have to see if he's maybe got some pace in him upon the safety car restart. I must say, I think Critical Skills has got this one wrong. He's going to have people behind him on fresh medium tyres. Although his hards are going to be still fine to use. We know the mediums are quicker by a considerable amount around USA. I tell you what, that was... I mean, I just want to say, I don't think I missed any action there. Because, I mean, I think I missed why the safety car came out. Easy Alfie coming down to the softs. I don't know why the safety car came out. But then again, with that battle going on for the front four, why would I be watching some guy who's just spun at the back? I was on the right bit there. So, don't hate on me too much. This is, mate, I'll tell you what, this is... These last 8-9 laps, they're going to be interesting, guys. Let me know in the comments who you think is taking home this race win. I think you've got to say Cheese is the favourite. Hasn't got a 3-second penalty to his name, and is on the same tyres as everyone around him. Easy Alfie, possibly someone to watch out for on his soft tyres, taking a gamble. Have to see if they can hold up nicely, but it's going to be tough because those softs will start to die after just a few laps. So he's going to have to make his move quickly. He's going to have to just dive bomb everyone to turn one. That's what I would do at least. But you know, I'm a guy who's had multiple race bans. Slinky Rattle deciding to try overtake under safety car conditions. Not sure about that one, Chief. Easy Alfie probably needs to up the pace a bit, but he didn't really need to be in a rush because the safety car's not going anywhere anytime soon. How's my voice? My voice is going. Sketchy Crib has been overtaken by Tony Toescheck. What is going on here? Guys, earthquake in Turkey. Okay. Okay. I don't... No offence, mate, but... What does that have to do with this? Who are you? If he talks again, I'm timing him out. But anyway, Sigurato again going past Easy Alfie. At this point, the stewards are going to have a look into this because you cannot overtake under safety car. You know, I know he's driving quite slow, but the safety car's not coming in yet. You're going to catch up to the grid again. This is why fans love F1. That says what? You're right, Conwubs. This is why people love F1. And to all the people out there who go, oh, you're just driving around in a circle, kill yourselves. Although sometimes that does happen and races can be very boring. But this is a cracker of a race. This, I'm going to say it now, this is already better than the Hungary race because I can almost guarantee these last 8 laps are going to be phenomenal. There we go, Easy Alfie now finally catching up to the back of the pack. We've still got, I think it's Burchick. Yeah, Burchick's still way off the pack. So safety car might not come in this lap, but we will find out shortly if safety car is going to come in. I don't think it will, but we will wait and see. You got to think, his critical skills regretting this decision to stay out on the hard tyres. It's brave. He's going to have to fight for his life to hold on to P1. But, you know, he took the gamble. Will it pay off? The thing is, he would have been in P3, I believe, if he had just pit. So, I don't know. I think he's made the wrong call. He's also got 6 seconds of penalties to his name, which is not going to help him. A little mention to... Oh, my God. All right, okay. Let's time this guy out. There you go. Timed him out. Because otherwise I'm going to say you're missing Turkey. Because otherwise I'm going to say something about Turkey. And I feel bad for the people in Turkey, but I know what I'm like. So I cannot be trusted with that kind of stuff. Anyway, safety car decided to stay out for another lap. We got someone coming into the pit. We've got Tiano Fortune, who's a lap down, so it's not really going to matter too much what Tiano Fortune is up to with his pit strategy, unfortunately. No one feels bad for turkeys at Christmas. I'm going to say this now. I don't think turkey is all that. I think it's quite a dry meat. I've been left quite disappointed the few times I have had turkey for dinner. Let me just check. Kind of need someone to reply to that Snapchat, but so far they haven't. But we don't want to rush them. Remember, guys, drop a follow. We will be back next Monday night for. Tell you what, during this brief intermission, let's check the schedule for Brazil. A good race, good race. Everyone loves Brazil. And then we will have Canada the week after, and you know I will be here for all these races on commentary, letting people know what is going on, because people just want to watch me chat shit for ages. But yeah, safety car still out, still just driving. Still driving. Let's but yeah, sorry, safety car is coming in at the end of this lap, so we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to see how the restart goes. Critical skills will be controlling the pace. Hopefully, we don't get any collisions. You know, I've been responsible a couple of times for absolutely ramming the guy in the back on a safety car restart. But then again, that's what happens when you pretend to go and then back off again. You're not allowed to do that. Critical skills. It looks like he's leaving it as late as possible. Now here he goes through the final corner, and Birch's man to get a penalty. PT Taplin is coming to the pit lane. I don't understand. Apparently Villa made a move for Ceballos. I don't think you want him, mate. He's shit. I'm a bit confused as to what's just happened with PT Taplin there. That is questionable, to say the least. But anyway, right on board Sketchy Crib here, who is all over the back of Smoking Cheese. And Cheese is starting to be dropped by Critical Skills, who's on a harder and more worn set of tyres. And Sketchy Crib gets the move done down the inside. That was a fantastic move from Sketchy Crib. He was bold, he was assertive, and he just took the position. He said, "Hey mate, I'm having that. Thank you very much." Smoking Cheese going over to the inside, try to get the position back, but he thinks better of it, and he retreats back to the racing line. And yeah, good restart from Sketchy Crib. He needs to make moves quickly, because he needs to build a 3-second gap to someone like Smoking Cheese. Critical Skills, good restart from him as well. He held the lead. Not much really happened to him. Easy Alfie, meanwhile, has ended up on the grass. You don't want to end up there, mate. You want to end up on the track. There you go. That's where you are now. That's where you want to be. That's a shame from Easy Alfie, who gambled on the soft tyres, and it looks like that gamble has not paid off. Sketchy Crib with a 37-0. Is that number? I think it's a 0. It's a 0. And he's going to be hunting down Critical Skills. He needs to get past him as soon as possible, and he needs to pull away from Smoking Cheese. This has been a real spanner in the works for Sketchy Crib. That 3-second penalty, just needless mistakes. You know, he got that final warning for track extending in a place that didn't even gain him time. It was just a mistake caused by getting caught up in traffic. No DRS yet. I think it will be active next lap. We got a yellow flag in sector 2. It's Tiano Fortune. His front wing's gone. That's unfortunate for the young Newcastle person. Good commentary. Anyway, back to critical skills and Sketchy Crib. Sketchy Crib going to go round the outside of critical skills. And he's already got the move done by the breaking point. Not much skills he could do about that. The hard tyres just don't seem to have much grip left in them. And you know what? I don't think it's a surprise at this point. But now, what we got to watch out for, can Sketchy Crib pull away? Can he create the 3-second gap he needs, Smoking Cheese? Down to HFC, not at this as well, by the way. Also not got a 3-second penalty. So at the moment, I believe the podium will be Sketchy Crib, Cheese and Dan. The question is, what order will it be in? Skillsy, bit of a moment on the exit of that corner there, and Cheese all over the back of Skills. Cheese needs to get past Skills realistically, because he needs to stay in that 3-second gap. DRS enabled. If Skills can hold on to the DRS through Sector 1, that could be crucial for the result of this race. Another 3-second penalty for Tiano Fortune, who is into the pit lane. Must have got it for corner cutting coming into the pit. And Critical Skills has lost out on DRS for now. Couple corners left to try and get back into it. I don't know if he's got it in him. We'll have to wait and see. 1.2 is the gap. He's going to come across the detection. He hasn't done enough. He's not going to have it. Burchuk with a 3-second penalty. There's been an incident further back. I think it's Easy Alfie. Yeah, he's done another moment. Shame that. Still in P10 though, so still on for 1 point so far. Smoky G's going to fly by Critical Skills. Easy Alfie again having another moment. Where is I tapping? I tapping at 18th, all the way down in 11th. I don't know what's happened to. I think he pit again. I don't know what happened to him. But anyway, can Cheese get back in the DRS of Sketchy Crib? This could decide the race win if he can get it done. Because breaking DRS, as we know, is very difficult. Through the triple right-hander, the gap staying roughly the same. He's getting about a 10th through this next corner. No, he hasn't done it. And Critical Skills also hasn't managed to stay with Cheese, which I don't think is a surprise. Those tyres must be struggling. There goes Tony Tocek, who has got DRS on Critical Skills. Again, a man who needs to make moves because he needs to try and build a 3-second gap to Dan THFC. So far, Cheese staying within a decent window of Sketchy Crib 1.4. He needs to keep that below 3. Tony Tocek, who you think may try and make a move down the next DRS straight. Interesting lines being used through there. And yeah, he's just driving. Fair play to the lad. Good driving. Was that a corner cut? I don't know if he got a warning for that. Would have been right on the limit if it wasn't. There we go. Hard braking down to the left corner. Tapping at 18 sets the fastest lap down in P11, so he won't even get the fastest lap point unless he gets into the top 10. Now here goes Tony Tocek. DRS wide open. Pulling up to Critical Skills. He's going to sail past him down the inside. Gets the move done so easily. Meanwhile, Dan struggling to kind of keep pace. And McSmashley, great move to maintain position on Slinky Rattle, but he's going to go up the. They're going side by side. Bit of a moment for Slinky Rattle. And you know Slinky Rattle's going to dive it down the inside into the double left. And McSmashley holds it around the outside. That's good driving from the both of them. Right on the limit, but I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Both being aggressive as each other there. Let's go back to Critical Skills, who has managed to stay within a second, which is big for him. He needs that. He doesn't want to fall away too much. Smoking Cheese 1.9 behind Sketchy Crib. He has 3 racing laps to keep that gap down under 3 seconds. Can he do it? I think it's going to be an interesting one. Sketchy Crib looking to win his second race in a row, and his both races this season. Tony Tocek already lost touch with Smoking Cheese, so I don't think Dan is going to be fighting for anything more than P3 here. Critical Skills, you can see how much he's struggling on those tyres. They're just not as good as those medium tyres that Tony Tocek has on. Can he stay in the 1 second window? There's a yellow flag. It's Tiano Fortune again. I think Skills managed to get back in the window. We'll see going down this straight. Yep, DRS, he will get it. He's activating it. And he can see ahead that Tony Tocek's light is flashing. So I have to see what he does with that information. It's not an easiest position for skills because he's got 3 seconds more penalties than Tony Toček does. So I think he just needs to get across that line as fast as he can and just see where it ends up with him. I think it might have to be P5 on his debut in DRL. Smoking Cheese 2.5 behind Sketchy Crib now. Sketchy Crib really plugging away at that gap. I think he might do it in time, but it's going to be close. Sector 3 yellow flag. Who is that? Berchik's crashed. Oh no. With just a few laps remaining, he's lost out on those 4 points that he was most likely going to bring home for the Williams team. And that is a real shame. I think it was Williams. Was it Williams? I don't know. Let's say it was Williams. Let me... yeah, I think it's Williams. It's Williams or Alpine. We'll say it's Williams. Exactly. He just needs to get across the line as quick as he can. I've been watching some Will Buxton stuff, just trying to get some inspiration really, because the guy just spouts knowledge. Cheeky corner cut. Oh, I thought that was a damn corner cutting penalty, to be honest there. It looked like he was on the limit a bit there, but he managed to keep it clean. So far he's about 2 seconds behind P3, so he will claim P3 if he can just keep the pace up. Critical skills, holding on. Berchik has left the session, no surprise there after crashing out. I tap in that 18 into the points now, and we'll have the fastest lap point. And there we go, Sketchy Crib has got a 3.4 second gap. So the race win will most likely be coming home to him unless Smoking Cheese has got something left to give in the last lap in a bit. Critical skills, just driving, you know. I think it's going to be a P5 finish for him. Not a bad result from him. I think he made the wrong call by not coming in for mediums, but it's always nice to take a gamble, isn't it? You know, I've got my Acca going, and you just put in Emerson Round to get a hat-trick on there, and you're hoping, you know what, 10,000 to 1, I think it could come in, and you never know, one day it might. Anyway, here's Dan, DRS wide open. The gap is about 2.1 to Tony Toček at the moment. He is holding on to P3. Tony needs to get moving if he wants to try and hold on to that podium position, which he has worked so hard for. Let's just, which one is the, here we go, penalties. Yeah, as expected, Tony only does have 3 seconds, so he is close to getting that final podium position. 2.3 seconds is the gap between Tony and Dan. Still 2.3. Has Tony got anything left to give? ERS is low and Dan's is not low, so I think it will be a huge ask for Tony to get this last podium position. Meanwhile, Cheese still 5 attempts back on where he needs to be in comparison to Sketchy Crib. I think that might be him done. I think that is P2 for Smoking Cheese and P1 for Sketchy Crib. Good drive from Sketchy Crib today. Meanwhile, the battle we care about most at the moment, it's not a big enough gap at the moment. It's a 2.2 second gap. 2.4. Unless Tony has an amazing final sector, I think it's going to be a podium for Dan, THFC, in his second race in a row, which will put him up to, I believe, second in the driver standings, which will be amazing for him. Anyway, here comes Sketchy Crib across the line. Great drive from him today. He takes the race win. Had a few iffy moments, but he got there in the end. Smoking Cheese, good recovery to P2. Toček comes across in P3. Dan steals P3 as we expected, and the gap was only a few tenths in the end. Critical skills, P5. Good drive from him. Slinky Atoll, P6. McSmashley couldn't replicate his good pace from last week. It will be P7 for him. Salt Bay Tate, very quiet race. I didn't even really talk about him, to be honest. He just wasn't really doing much. P8 for him. Easy Alfie, who gambled on the soft tyres on the safety car restart. Looks like he's going to finish P9, even if I tapped in that 18 did get past. He has less penalties anyway. So it's going to be P9 for Easy Alfie. And it's going to be P10 for I tapped in that 18. Disappointing from I tapped in that. I don't know why he came into the pit on a safety car restart. It just didn't make sense. We'll have to talk to him some other time because he's not on the podium, so I'm not going to talk to him. He's a peasant. Tiana Fortune, we're still waiting for to finish. 30 seconds penalties for the lad. Not the best race from him. Yeah, but it happens. It happens, doesn't it? You know, you can't always have the best race. Yeah, heartbreak for Defo, not critical skills. Don't think it was the best strategy call, and Slinky Rattle had already rage quit the session. Minglot, let's have a look at reaction. Another humbling experience rating you lot. Right, let's try and get a podium interview going. I'll talk about my driver in the day in a second. And I believe it was Smoking Cheese. If you've got any thoughts on driver of the day, feel free to put them in the comments. Podium interview. And there's Sketchy Cribs celebrating back-to-back race wins. Good win from him. I think there were times where it looked perhaps a bit uncertain, but the last few laps, I don't think it was in doubt. Good pace, and I think he is the deserved race winner. God knows what trim that is. I don't really know what he's done there. There's Lo Celso in the Red Bull uniform celebrating. Cole Webster's going to go Cheese driver of the day. I'm going to agree. I think Cheese, considering where he was, I think that's a good recovery from him. Would have been nice to put some laps in. Yeah, I think a good recovery from Cheese. P2, I think he will take that every single day of the week. Let's see if we can get a podium interview. There's Sketchy Crib. There's Dan this time. That's good to see. Missed Dan last week.
Come on.
Good result from Dan there. Let's wait for Cheese to... Whilst we wait for Cheese, let's talk to Dan, our P3 finisher. Dan, that was superb, mate. How did that feel?
A little bit surprised, to be honest.
Well, I think that's what happens when you keep your nose clean, isn't it? You don't get penalties. You're always going to be there, especially with a late safety car.
That was the plan. Is trying to keep it on track.
Yeah, I think USA is a very difficult track for that. Another question I want to ask you is, how do you feel about Tottenham?
Second half of the season, we're going on a title charge.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. There you go, let's turn that up. But yeah, I think Dan, you had a great race, and maybe the pace wasn't there, but as you said, trying to just keep it.
Yeah, the pace wasn't there, but the plan was to stick the hards on, wait for a safety car.
Well,
warning in 28 laps.
Bloody hell! I got to ask Dan, was like the lap safety car came out? Was that the lap you were going to be pitting?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I did think so. I was looking at you and Cheese thinking,
Lap 18.
Yeah. Because I was thinking you two were going to pit the lap before, but you didn't, and thank God you didn't.
Well,
because
it was set to lap 17, but I was debating at the start to do lap 17 or 18. But after I'd started the race, I did decide on 18, and thankfully, it came on 18.
Yeah, I mean that would have been very disappointing had you pit.
Yeah.
We've all been there, haven't we? Where you pit, and then a lap later the safety car comes out.
Yeah.
But I think that's great result. That's back to back podiums, yeah.
Yep.
And
P3,
I think P2 in the drivers now that I can figure out.
That sounds good.
So well done, Dan. Smoking Cheese. Hello, mate. Driver of the day, in my opinion. Sorry, Sketchy Crib, you've been robbed again, mate.
Right, mate.
How was that for you?
Really good. It's the best race I've had for ages.
Yeah, I mean, I think the pace perhaps wasn't there for the first stint, but I think
I was struggling a little bit with Sketchy, Gills and Pete. They were just too quick. And then in the second stint, I thought I would have been quicker, but obviously because of the safety car, we all pit to the same tyres, so
yeah.
I knew I was going to be slightly slower, so I fighted Sketchy a little bit, but he got past and he won the race. So congratulations to him.
I mean, you did well
I'm
to
just-
not get a penalty.
Yeah, no, I just got my second warning on the penultimate lap, but I'm really happy with the podium, second place. That's brilliant for me now.
Yeah, I think P2 was a good result for you. Like Dan, were you going to be pitting on that lap that safety car did come out?
No, I was gonna. The time was about 58 or something. By the time the lap before the safety car around then, so I was sort of goal langing for a safety car.
Yeah.
So when it came, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Just as Sketchy was coming alongside me to pass as well.
I mean, Sketchy Crib had good pace today. I think that
It
that
was
last
very quick.
stint, obviously knowing you had a 3 second penalty, was you hoping that you could maybe stay in that 3 second window?
If I was able to clear skills faster and I got the DRS straight away with Sketchy, then maybe I could have kept with him, yeah. But because I didn't, he's got that. I'd say probably about half a second of lap advantage, maybe. So
Yeah. Well,
it just pulled the gap out. I
P2
couldn't do nothing else.
P2 still a good result, I think. As I said, driver of the day, good
Thank you.
recovery from. I think you were P6 at a point or P5.
Yeah,
But yeah,
down a bit.
good result. Sketchy Crib, another race win.
Hey, mate.
Is the title on your mind?
Mate, of course it is.
Are you saying that everyone here is absolute dog shit and you are by far the best driver?
Yes.
Okay, well, that is interesting.
I would have cried.
Those words didn't come out of my mouth though, they came out of yours, so.
I just want to ask, like I asked Chief, did you think you could build that 3 second gap in those final 8 laps?
I guess not really at the start, but then once I managed to, like he said, once I got out of the DRS and he had to get past skills still, I thought then there was a chance.
Yeah, I think once he just couldn't get in that DRS, I did think it was over, and yeah, it was close in the end, but unfortunately Chiefs didn't have enough pace. I just want to ask you about critical skills. What did you think about his decision to stay out on the hard tyres?
He's a plonker.
And I tapped in that 18.
Yeah, apparently he clipped the back or something to do with him and Tony on the restart, and he lost a bit of front wing. That's why he pit.
All right, okay. Because I must admit, I
And
was
then
sitting there.
he pit again because he forgot to change it set it to change his front wing. So he
Okay.
went to pit, didn't change his front wing when he wanted to, and then had to pit again. So he fucked it.
So are we saying that I tapped in that 18 has bowled back-to-back races?
Yes.
Because obviously he bottled a race win last week, and I'd like to think he was definitely fighting for the podium this week, and obviously bottled it, which is a real shame because
Without a doubt, he's the Spurs of DRL.
yeah. Well, I think
Well,
not having a
there's no need
dad,
for that.
not having a dad in your life is always gonna make your decision making
Jesus Christ, man.
a bit off. But thank you guys. I will catch all 3 of you next week. I mean, maybe it might be the same podium. I assume Sketchy Crib's going to be there because that seems to be.
What track is it again? Canada.
No, we've got Brazil next week and then Canada the following week as a sprint race. Carrot 19. Don't know who this guy is.
I'm just joining his party. Now,
Okay.
so-
No, good racing, guys. I think that was a better race in Hungary, especially with the late safety car. Made it interesting the last 10 laps because I think Sketchy Crib was getting away a bit. But I will see you guys next week. Sketchy Crib, maybe 3 in a row. Hopefully not, because I would like to see Tony Toeschek win the race. But thank you to all the viewers. Any last thoughts, guys?
No.
Come on, you Spurs.
Go on, you Spurs.
When it's Spurs.
Go on, you Spurs. Emerson Royale, right back of the year.
He's a changed man.
Right, anyway, that's going to do it for Direct Racing League. Come join us again next Monday where I bully Pete again. I don't know.
Be interviewing us again.
Yeah, it probably will be.